So I've just filmed, it is 20 past 3. Ugh. Just finished filming the most amazing montage, which you've just seen in the last clip, and me and Sarah. We both did them individually, and then we both did them together for a little business venture that is going to be coming up for some of you guys, which is going to be available. But it's 3:20 and I need food before I die. She needs food. It's the first time we started nagging at each other, isn't it? Anyway, welcome to episode 3 of the Bali Cut. Right, now, for you people right there, we're going to a shopping mall, Metro Centre. Don't know why I've just said shopping mall, because people from Newcastle are going to take the very pee out of me for saying that. Anyway, see how I've stopped swearing? YouTube engagement, isn't it? I'm wearing the grey mall Skull Fitness top, which are going to be back available very soon because I'm working on a little Wix website which is just going to be one simple page for you to shop to buy, and Mrs. over here is wearing just the plain black one. What do you think about that?
I think it's nice. Good material, feels nice. Walking around with your name on.
Do you know what it is? I didn't realise my name was on the tops until now, because I think they've actually on this batch used the wrong logo, because I'm going to show you here. This is the gym. The gym doesn't actually have my name on. That was the logo that was supposed to be used. Anyway, you don't have to have my name on it unless you want it. You can claim it. Maybe I'll put 2 watches out there, but for now I need some chicken teriyaki. I need to go to a camera shop and get you guys fixed so I can keep up with the ball rolling of the Bali episodes, and then Bali itself, because that would be annoying as fuck. And yeah, you've just seen a little pull session. I am just gonna lift today, do some steps, because we did some serious cardio yesterday. How bad was it?
Intense.
Talk us through the thought process of staying on track in your sushi misses.
Well, they've got all the calories, which makes it very easy to stay on track. I'm probably going to start off with some sashimi because that's pure protein and it's very low in calories. And then our go-to is the chicken teriyaki, which is
Right, so I got a question that I quite like the idea of doing a video on. People are starting to get their head around how it's very unlikely once you've trained for a duration of time to gain muscle while in a calorie deficit, okay? But the question was, how can I maintain as much muscle mass as possible while dropping body fat? Now, obviously, muscle loss is inevitable at some point during a calorie deficit and when you're cutting for a period of time. But what I've done here is I've actually done a graph to try and explain more in depth how important it is not to go too deep into a calorie deficit, and how you can manipulate this and the amount of the deficit that you're in to try and keep and preserve as much muscle mass as possible. So if you look at the graph here, basically along the left side you've got the rate of risk of muscle loss, essentially. Okay. Now along the bottom of the graph you've got how much of a calorie deficit an individual is in. So from 100 to 1,000 calories of a deficit. Okay, this is probably the most one. If you go higher than that, you're just an idiot, to be quite honest. Right, the red line basically shows the linear sort of progression, as in as the deficit that someone is in increases, as in goes higher up the scale, the risk of muscle loss greatly increases. So if you can imagine an individual, a 200 pound individual, he's the same and he chooses loads of different routes. 100 cal deficit, 200 cal, blah, 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 all the way up to 1,000. As his deficit increases, okay, if he was stupid and he went on week 1 with that 1,000 calorie deficit, the risk of muscle loss greatly increases. Now, what I've done here is I've marked off the top end of the scale. So if he was on about 1,000 cals into a deficit, the risk of muscle loss is pretty much at its peak point. And before you know it, all of the months that he's worked very hard in the gym building his chest, his arms, or if it was a female, those glutes that you've trained for months and months trying to build, they're gonna go, because the rate of muscle loss is at its highest and it's at its highest risk. However, when we program nutrition and fat loss diets, as in giving people calories to hit, deficit calories and macros, we will try and keep it as optimal as possible in the 400-500 calorie mark. Now, this part here, if you go up, yes, there is a slight risk of muscle loss, but it's still quite low. It's almost still at 0. So we are minimizing the damage that you're going to do to your physique, and minimizing all the hard work and losing it that you put in the gym months and months of being in a surplus, and basically trying to grow the muscles that you wanted to grow, your glutes, your chest, your arms, whatever that is. So from here, you can see that red line is still pretty damn low. So it's not going to be that detrimental when it comes to you in 12 weeks being shredded, and you'll still have the muscles that you've worked so hard, and they will be on show. Okay. Now, a few tips that I've put here are: the first one, staying and hitting your protein goal is essential to minimize the risk of muscle loss. Okay, being in between the range of 0.8 to 1.2 grams per pound of body weight will normally pretty much keep you safe and keep you on track. And yeah, you should be pretty much fine with that. That is your protein goal pretty much covered. And if you've actually got a macronutrient goal, you should be in that sort of range of protein. Okay. The second one, and the most important one, why people believe that as soon as you are in a calorie deficit that you suddenly have to do every single exercise at 20 reps is beyond me, because there are a huge list of benefits that I could rattle off with strength training for fat loss anyway, but I'm not going to do that. That could be a separate video on its own. However, strength training and lifting heavy, if you can try and maintain strength through a cut, through a fat loss period, the risk of muscle loss will be minimal. Okay, so train hard, maintain your strength, and you can guarantee that your physique will try and hold on to all of your hard-earned muscle. Okay, the last one, and this is a bit of a grey area, but weight loss rate. Okay, people get these crazy, especially even in my personal group, people are knocking themselves and thinking, oh, someone's lost 10 pounds, why have I not lost 10 pounds? It doesn't matter, it is all relative, okay? So the weight loss rate that you should be getting is 0.6 to 1.1% per week, okay? So, for example, say I'm sitting at 230 pounds right now. Now, 1% for me would be 2.3 pounds per week. Now, 2.3 pounds per week is the absolute most that I should be really losing per week, okay? Because I can hope the majority of this is fat loss, and a very minimal amount of it is muscle loss. Anything higher than this, if I'm losing 4 pounds a week, 5 pounds a week for 10 weeks in a row, you can guarantee that I'm going to be losing a lot of muscle, okay? Which is not what I want, because before you know it, I'll be as thin as that fucking iPhone cable. Anyway, point being, when you start a cut, you can obviously lose a lot of weight very quickly, but quite a lot of this is water weight. Quite a lot of it is the water retention and just getting your sodium levels back on track, because most people are starting to eat a lot healthier foods, controlling what they're putting in the body, okay? So your weight loss rate per week, if it's a 150-pound woman, okay, they should probably be losing at most 1.5 pounds per week. And you can hope that the majority of that is fat and not muscle. So those are a few pointers of mine. You've seen the table to try and prove my point. This is not scientifically based, but you get the idea, because there is science behind the perfect amount for a calorie deficit and muscle wastage. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like, give it a share, give it a thumbs up, and that is how to maintain as much muscle mass as possible while on a calorie deficit.